look in the mirror, man, you're so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you.
Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what I will be discussing with you in this reaction video is simply about this subject that everybody need to know about. You need to stop chasing women. Stop chasing women. Stop running behind skirts, man. I'm going to tell you something what it does. You finna see what it does. You gassing these women head up with this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and let you hear this lady talk about it and see how she takes it. Okay, now hold on 1 second right quick. Excuse me about my neck. My neck bothering me. Hold on 1 second. Let me put it on the screen for you. All right. As I always say, let's get it.
Was at a like a little mom and pop store. She had gone in, made some, picked up a few things, and while she was at the register, a couple of guys walked up to her and they were like, "Ooh, you're cute, you know. I really would love to get your phone number." And the young lady was like, "You know, thank you, but no, I'm not interested." Well, the guys started getting very aggressive, very upset, and started to harass her. He's like, "Well, I just want your number. Just give me your number." And she's like, "No, I don't want to do that." And so they were really giving her a hard time at the register. So they ended up walking outside to the parking lot while she finished up. And so the store owner rather, was within earshot. He heard it all. So he said, "You know what? I'm going to walk her to her car." So he ended up coming out with her, as he suspected the guys were laying in wait just to give her more of a hard time, and kept asking her, "We just want your phone number. Just give me your phone number." And so the owner was like, "No, she doesn't want to talk to you. She doesn't want to give your number. Leave her alone. And at the same time, do not ever come back to this store again because we don't want."
Okay, that is some thirsty behavior from a man. Don't you ever do that for a woman. Don't ever do that to a woman. I'm going to tell you what I mean by that right here, because you might think it's being harsh. Any man who begs a woman has no self-respect. All right, this is coming from that cold approach thing, because she wasn't paying attention to them. And then they run up on her, and then they're surprised that she doesn't want to give them her number. She didn't show any type of indicator of interest. Guys, you got to understand this right here. When you do stuff like this, you gas a woman head up. You make her think she is bigger than what she is. You make her think that she's on a higher level than she is because she had the opportunity to turn you down. Okay? Now, on the flip side of that right there, lady, how are you dressing? A lot of these women are dressing like whores. Okay? Don't get upset that you're bringing dogs to you when you are looking like dog food. If you got your stuff hanging out, your lips poking out through your leggings and stuff, and your little ring showing through your little shirt of your nipples and stuff like that, you deserve all that type of attention. You deserve all that harassment that you're getting, okay? But to the men, don't do that, man. Have enough self-respect, man, and choose a woman who's choosing you first, okay? Any woman that you chase is not your woman, even if you catch her. Let me explain that. If you get a woman, you beg and you plead, and she decides to go out with you and she becomes your girlfriend after all that begging and pleading and shit, she's not going to really respect you. She always going to be looking for somebody else, and somebody else who's not giving her no damn attention going to be someone going to, be giving her the pipe, or she going to leave you for him. That's how it normally goes, man. This right here is crazy. I've seen dudes do this stuff. I've seen dudes, when they get rejected, start to get belligerent, yell. Some of these women are afraid of telling men no because they know that a lot of men are emotional, because most of these men are raised by single mothers who are teaching them to be as emotional as mama is, okay? I'm trying to tell you, man, don't ever run behind a woman. Don't ever chase a woman. Don't ever run her down. Don't beg a woman. Don't plead a woman for anything, man. You move on to the next woman who wants you, okay? Because this makes things difficult for everybody right here, all right? All these men did was give this woman an opportunity to have another story that she could share with the world about how messed up black men is. So when you do that right there, you make all black men look bad because you are begging a woman for her attention, for her number. And just because you got a number don't mean you're going to get the draws, man. Okay? That's not masculine, man. So I'm not talking to all men, but I'm sure all men know men like that. That's weakness, man. When you beg a woman, don't ever beg a woman for nothing. Have enough self-respect for yourself not to beg a woman for her attention, her time, her number, Instagram, whatever. Don't ever beg. Don't do that. That's chasing. That's not pursuing a woman. When you pursue a woman, that means that she is showing you equal interest. Okay, that's pursuing. That means that y'all going back and forth when it comes to corresponding with one another. But when you're chasing a woman, that means that thing is one-sided. That means that's one person doing more than the other. In this case, they're showing the woman more attention than what the woman is showing them, and they upset about it because they are in a chasing mindset. A real man never chases a musty back, helpful woman. You never chase a woman, period, if you're a real man. Never. Have enough self-respect for yourself, man, to just walk away. If a woman don't want you, fuck her. Find another one. There's too many of them out here, okay? That don't make no sense to be outside waiting in the parking lot to try to put more pressure on a woman who told you she don't want your ass and asking for a number to the point where you are forever barred or banned from coming back to the damn grocery store. You know how thirsty your ass gotta be? I cannot stand a simp, because that's a simp right there. That's a simp. Simps do shit like that. Sucker simps do shit like that. Lame simps do shit like that. And these simps make it hard for all the real boss, max players, and pimps out there. You make it hard for everybody when you a begging ass dude. Now, sorry about the rant, but let's keep going. I just can't stand the simp. You don't understand it, man.
The likes of you. If you can't understand what no means, then get going. You're not going to be harassing my patrons. And so I appreciate the fact that he stood up for her, because there are too many guys. I mean, it's scary out here being a woman in terms of, interacting with men that, some of these guys that seem to be feeling entitled that women owe them something. Nobody owes anyone anything, period. As you're out and about. And I hear there's a lot of women I hear that are like, well, I just give them my phone number because I don't want to, I can always just block and delete and block later, which, yes, that's a thought, but it encourages this problem. It continuates and perpetuates this problem that gives men the thought that, oh, if I bug her enough, if I harass her enough, she'll give me her phone number.
I'm going to tell you something. I've heard that too. Well, women are just giving men numbers because they are afraid that if they don't give that man that number, that they're going to hurt them. You know how thirsty of a simp you got to be to make a woman feel threatened for her life if she don't give the simp a number, okay? We got to get our young men and older men who do this shit under control, man, because they are making it bad for all the other men with game, making it hard they just make it hard, man, because it don't mean a man with game can still get the girl. But we got to jump through all this other shit, or deal with these obstacles that you have placed there. You don't place so many stumbling blocks in the path of the real players. Now we got to readjust our game when we're dealing with a woman, because she already expecting a certain type of behavior that came to them from a thirsty ass simp, man. A thirsty ass simp, man. I can't stand none of you out there, man, that's thirsty simping out there, man. It's all about the macking. When the macking is active, it's attractive. But when you simping, man, you wimping, man. That's just what it is, man. This is for men to be better and stronger. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. But we got to get away from these simps. And if we know some simps, man, we got to try to tell them, man, how not to be a simp, man, because all you're doing, once again, you're giving these musty back helpful women out there another bullet to put in their gun to shoot at us to say, look how bad black men are, or look how bad any color man is. And when you begging a woman, you look weak. You look pathetic when you are running behind a woman. Okay? Period. I know you don't want to hear it. And I am not taking the side of these women. Trust me, I am not. But what I am saying is, men, be men. Value yourself more than you value these little women running around these damn streets over here looking crazy as hell. Some of these women like this attention. Some women want you to come up and do these things so they can go brag to their friend. Yeah, that he'll suck. I turned him down and stuff like that. And then some of you are so foolish enough that you'll try to pay your way to play. I'll buy you this, baby. I'll take you out here. And they just using you. Don't want nothing from yourself from what you're providing, man. A woman is not as important as women want to believe. Women are not that damn important, man. They're not. They're good to have fun with. They're good to be with if you choose to marry and stuff like that, if you got the right one. But they are not as important as your dignity, gentlemen. There's no need to sacrifice your dignity chasing behind a woman, dog. I'm just letting you know right now, man. Let's keep going.
And so do we want that either? But again, by the same token, there have been many a women that have been unalived by men that felt some kind of way about being brushed off, being ignored, being denied because they feel entitled. So the other woman that shared her story this week, she was saying how she doesn't even look at men in the eye. She doesn't catch the eye. She doesn't say hello. She just, keeps the RBF rather, resting bitch face going on. Because she's like, I don't want to invite it, because she said so many men mistake the common courtesy of being nice and polite as to being, ooh, she looked at me, she must like me. Now, I will say that resonates so much with me because as a younger woman, that was me. I rarely smiled. I wouldn't look at guys because honestly, you look at them and there they go. They just go off into the rabbit hole thinking, oh yeah, she definitely likes me. She looked at me. Ooh, she smiled, said hello even. No. And so
that is a thirsty man, okay? Y'all gotta understand. I might do a video over choosing signals because like not every woman who look at you and smile at you wants your ass, man. I'm telling you, man. You have attention hoes, and you got women who really genuinely are interested in you. And the difference between those two in the beginning and the initial parts of that shit, they look the same. Only time will tell you which one is an attention whore by the actions and the things that she says and does and things that she does not do. That's how you know she's an attention whore. Like, she'll flake on dates. You can never really seem to meet up with her and shit like that. You'll be able to tell. But women who are genuinely interested in you and it's a high interest like that, she's going to be contacting you. And some of this shit that these dating coaches be telling you that bull, man, but wait 3 hours before you return the text. That's only good if you, all right. If it's a high interest woman and she has a high interest in you and she initiates contact, you don't wait no damn 3 or 4 hours because what's going to happen is she's going to think that you have low interest in her, okay? It's okay within 15 or 20 minutes to return a text back to a woman who is showing you high interest, okay? To maintain that high interest. But if you're dealing with a woman who has low interest and shit like that or whatever like that, those type of situations, you can do that shit. You know what I mean? But they're not telling you that part of the game. They want you to treat all these women the same way. That's why your pussy level, your ratio is horrible because you listen to these dumbass dudes who ain't never been a pimp, who ain't never been a Mac, who ain't never played with these women, who ain't never been in these streets. And you listen to dudes who say, hey, look at me. I know what I'm talking about. Meanwhile, they don't got no women. Man, I'm telling you, man, the game, boy, I'm telling you, man. Boy, I get fed up with these damn dating coaches out there. Let's keep going, man.
that one, I think it's even gotten worse over the years. I know for me, I've learned to put up some stronger boundaries. I smile a lot anyway as I'm out and about. I speak to people all the time, and I might say hello to a guy as it comes up, but I am very deliberate in saying hello and keeping it moving. I don't stop. I don't hesitate to make it seem like any. So if he's trying to say, hey, I'm already gone, I don't want to hear it. But there are so many women that get caught up in this, and there are so many guys that are so persistent. It is extremely frightening. Like, so for instance, I know I'm on this app because as a light worker, as a healer, as a chosen one, part of my goal is to share insights to get people thinking about how they can change behavior, how they can heal themselves, possibly traumas, which these are all trauma-based responses of these guys, you know, kind of attacking women. I'm not here to date. So what you'll find is I will happily engage with you on a post. If you have a question, you have a concern, you want to share something, let's talk about it on the post. Don't reach out to me on a DM. I'm not going to respond.
That's another thing. But first, I want you to think about what she just said. She did exactly what I told you. She said that the reason why you're acting like this is because of a trauma response. You just gave this woman another way to attack black men because you're too thirsty. Okay? Don't be persistent on a woman like that. Don't be chasing women like that. Chase your purpose and your grind. The same way you try to chase these skirts out here, you focus more on your purpose and bettering yourself. You don't need these type of women out here who don't want you, who are telling you they don't want you, showing you signs that they don't want you. You don't need these women taking what you're doing, trying to engage with them and using it against you and other black men. Okay? Leave these particular chicken head, candy cane head shaped ass women alone. Leave them alone. Okay? Leave them alone. Now, she's right about another thing. Flooding these women DMs is a fool's errand. I've seen it before. I've been dealing with a lot of women before, man. I'm gonna tell you something. A man will do that. A man will go on if a woman posts and like it, and then next thing you know, he'll send a goddamn paragraph in the DM. Hey, baby, you good? What you doing today? How you doing today? And talk to himself for months. She don't say nothing back to him, but every other month or every month, twice a month, or for the next 3 months, hey, how you doing, baby? Good morning, baby. Good morning, beautiful. How you doing, baby? You sound like a damn loser, man. If she doesn't want you, she don't want you. If she wants you, she wants you, okay? You're messing the game up. When you flooding these DMs to these women, making them feel they have all these options and shit, you making them have these big ass heads, man. You making them feel like they're bigger than what they are and better than what they are. This is why you got every fat motherfucking woman out there thinks she's a 10. Okay? This is why you got women who look like the back of a camel's foot thinking she's beautiful as hell. Because of all this consistent, thirsty, simp-ass attention that you're giving these women. If you stop giving it to them, man, they're gonna be after you. Women like the man that they can get more than they like the man that they can get, man. Let me back it up and say it again. Most women like the man that they can't get as opposed to the man that they can get. Because women, in their little minds, they want a man who they feel that every woman can't have. So if you're stoic and you have a little game, you dress pretty good, you smell good, man, you peep the scene, and you ain't no giggly ass dude, always giggling every time every time you see a woman, your first thing to do is try to make her laugh and smile like you some goddamn jester or some clown, man. That ain't how to pimp and go, man. That ain't how we do. We ain't here to amuse women. We are not here to make them kick and giggle and laugh and have a great time, because that's all she gonna see here. She gonna either put your ass in the friend zone, or she just gonna think you cool as it, which is the friend zone. But she's never gonna be really just sexually attracted to you because you're carrying yourself like a damn buffoon. All you trying to do is make her laugh all the goddamn time, saying these corny ass jokes and shit to her. Okay? If she feels that you're not validating her and that you don't have a high interest in her, then her interest level rises. It gets higher. Why? I don't know. But if a woman has a slight amount of interest in you and you act like you don't have any in her, she becomes more interested in you because all these other guys want me. How come he don't want me? Why he don't do that? She gonna look at you as you something different and want to give you them draws quicker. I'm telling you how it really go, man. All this giggly shit, they ain't, no. If I make a grin, I'm in. No. Now, it can work in some cases if you're dealing with a bimbo. And you got some women out there who would give it to you because, you know, he's persistent with want me to give it to him and stuff like that. He cool and shit. You know, there's worse options out there of men to sleep with. I give him some of this coochie and stuff. And when you get those women, if you get into a relationship, they don't last. They hardly ever last. If it's just a sexual relationship or if you get into a real relationship, they don't last. You got to lay down that foundation of where she respects you first, man, that she sees you as, you got to formulate, like I said before, you got to create the opinion of you in her mind. Okay, you got to create your character and put it in her mind. It's all about dealing with her mind, man. All this other shit don't work. You got to get in the broad's mind first, man. And if she already thinks that you a clown dude, always giggly and shit, and that you thirsty and shit, I'm going to tell you right now, that coochie going to dry up quick. Stop putting women out there, making them believe that they are goddesses. They're not. Let's keep going.
As I said before, no one owes anyone anything. I don't owe a response to anyone.
Me either.
Just like if I reached out to you, you don't owe me a response at all either. And I found that to be true. I mean, it just is what it is. So I've had guys that have reached out, and one made me, I kind of had to like shake my head the other day, because there's one particular guy, and it's several to be truthful, but this one came to the top of my head like 8 days in a row. Good morning, beautiful. Another day. Hi, gorgeous. I'm not going to respond to that. And I think like after like 8 or 9 days,
Damn.
he finally wrote on there, "Are you ignoring me?" And it was a little hostile. And I'm like, what do you think?
Emotional men dealing with emotional women. A woman don't want a bitch. A woman don't want a woman. Now, I'm gonna tell you something, man. If you want a real, none of these mustard back heifer things like that. Every real woman is not gonna want a man who acts feminine. That's feminine. Cause men do that. Not all. But them sucker simps, they do that shit. They get all them, you don't like me, you didn't respond back to me. Well, F you be. You know, I don't want that. You see people screenshot their conversations that they have in their DMs and put on Facebook and all these other things, and you'll see what she said and you see what he say, and you see that she's ignoring him, and he, like she said, good morning, beautiful, one day, next day, how you doing, next day, what are you up to, next day, what you doing, next day, WYD, and it goes on for 2 or 3 months, and then he'll come back because he ain't getting no response about, well, F you then, you no good for nothing. That's an emotional dude, man. That's not masculine, man. Just because she don't want you don't mean that you are less than a man. That means that you move around, man. That's some whole shit, man. I can't respect that, man. And you shouldn't either. That just is what it is, man.
But the thought that if I could pester this person, this woman enough, I can get her to speak to me, and that this is going to be a positive interaction. I mean, there was one guy, I've only responded, I think, twice to anyone on a DM, and it was based on questions that were asked that were more intriguing that I said, let me weigh in. One particular guy, after answering the question, very straightforward, he commenced telling me all about himself. I'm this, that, and I love this. I'm, a compassionate person. I'm at the church. I mean, just went in on like a long post on all the stuff he is, what he does, what he stands for. And I'm like, I didn't ask for any of that. I'm not saying I'm not interested, because if you're a good person, that's great. But I'm not on this platform for this. So he asked, after all that, he said, so tell me about you. What are you into? And I basically, and this is what I said. I said, no, I'm not interested in sharing anything about me. No, that's not why I'm here. So at that point, rather than taking no for no, he decided to ask like 100 different questions, one-off questions. Well, what about this? Do you like this? Do you like that? What about...
Man, look here, bro. Simp and thirsty simps, man. Look, man, move around. All you gotta do is move around, man. You can't make a woman like you, man. I keep telling you, man. Every woman that you think you have to chase, every woman that you think you got to chase is not your woman. A woman who wants you, you would not have to chase, man. That's chasing. That's being as delusional as a female. If the woman's telling you straight up she don't want your ass and you still trying to go around the know and stuff, you know different than the delusional women when we tell them that they need to be feminine and they keep saying, nah, I don't need to be feminine. You know what I mean? That's delusion, man. You cannot make someone want you, man. It goes both ways for women, because women do this stupid shit too. They keep pursuing people that, man, come on, man. I'm telling you, man, that's how you get stalkers and stuff like that. People like that can't take no. You give them a little bit of that coochie and stuff. Now he in love and shit. Now he can't let you go. He got to have it every time, honey child. Next thing you know, you on the news and stuff because you had to shoot him in self-defense. Man, you see it on the news all the time. Women get these crazy ass stalker dudes, and then men get these crazy ass stalking women, man. And it starts with that. It starts with them refusing to accept no. I'm telling you, man, and I'm just telling this for the young black men out there and any colored man, but I'm focused on the black man, the young one. Man, focus on your purpose, man. Focus on your grind, man. Build yourself up. There's always gonna be plenty of women, man. And stop cold approaching women. Stop just walking up on hoes and be like, hey, you pretty. I think you're pretty good. Do you like me? Don't be doing that stuff, man. You wait to see if a woman has interest in you. And then if you want to, then you approach that chick and then y'all talk, man, and then you get the number. I promise you this much. If you do it that way, you will deal with how can I say? You will deal with less rejections than you do when you cold approach a bride, because you don't know if she like you or not. You just hope she do. But a woman who's really interested in you, she gonna shoot her shot like this. Men shoot their shots directly, all right? Women, a lot of times, some of them shoot their shots indirectly. What do I mean by that? A woman will put herself in the position to where you see her to the point where you notice her and then you want to approach her, because that's how she's shooting her shot. She's trying to be in front of you, trying to get your attention, and she's going to be flirting with you, looking at you. It's always in the eyes majority of the time. And when you read that shit, because for example, if you're in the grocery store, man, on aisle 2, she see you, and she on aisle 5, she gonna make her way down to aisle 2, act like she gonna buy some Kellogg's, some Fruit Loops and shit, don't want none of that stuff, but she trying to get close to you so you can see her and shit like that, and when you look over, she gonna be all smiley and giggly or whatever it is, whatever flirt that she choose to use, and you gonna be able to see that she got an interest in you, then you act upon that. That's how most women shoot their shot. Not all, but most. They try to put themselves in a position for you to shoot their shot at them. That's how many women version of shooting their shot at you is. That makes sense to you? A lot of them are like that. But when you just walk up on these women like, hey, how you doing? Why you think women be in these damn grocery stores, man, with a phone glued to their goddamn mirror? They don't want to talk to nobody. They don't want nobody hollering at them. When you look at them, they look all the way up and down the wall and shit when they see you coming because they know you're going to be looking at them because they trying to tell you they don't want you. You got choosing signals and you got like, I don't want to be chose signals. I don't want to choose you signals. And that's what those are. Those women don't have much shit to say on the phone. They could have had that conversation before they came in the grocery store. Sometimes women, if they look like a 5, a 6, 7 or above, whatever, they know they're going to have men try to get at them. So they put that damn phone to their ear to try to discourage or deter you from approaching them. You got to know how to read women, man. And a lot of these data coaches ain't telling you this shit. They be on some shit like, if a woman, if she don't see you, go up there and smack the shit out of them so she get your attention. Then you go ahead. Man, come on, man. Boy, y'all need someone to teach you the game, man.
About this, I just told you no. And yeah, here you go. You can't back down. You can't take no for it. You just don't understand. I'm not interested. And my polite response to him, just to answer his question, was met with, she must like me because she responded. This is why I don't bother. This is why I don't like when people reach out. If, like I said, if you have a question, you have a comment, ask it, post it on my post. I will respond to you, but do not reach out into my inbox because you're not going to get a response because, as I stated, that's not why I'm here. So we have to really think about our actions. Women are in a position where we're challenged, we feel threatened, we see the harm, we see it every single day on the news, and these guys feel that they are entitled for whatever reason. Maybe they were denied all through their childhood, maybe they weren't respected, maybe these are things to think about. Why do you feel as if a woman owes you anything? Don't owe a response to you. Women don't owe the need to give you a phone number. So I say all of this, we have got to be introspective. Think about the why. And if a woman tells you no, it's not because, well, that's a maybe. She really meant no. A woman says no because she means no.
Now, let me tell you this, man. I laugh at all simps, man. But I'm going to tell you this, too. This is how a lot of fights get started, too. A woman tell a man no. You keep fucking with him. Next thing you know, she go tell her big brother or her man might be somewhere in the store just not with her. I've seen that before. Where she walking by herself, man try to holler at her, wouldn't stop hollering at her. Her boyfriend on the other side of the store come over there. Next thing you know, they arguing, fighting on that. She told you no and shit like that. Y'all better start just... Don't be desperate when I'm trying to tell you men out there, man. Okay? Stop being desperate behind these women, man. There's too many of them out there, man. Don't do that. All right? That's weak ass shit, man. Don't be dry banging like that, man. Real talk. Anyway, I hope this helps somebody. I hope this really helps somebody because I cannot stand a simp, man. I cannot stand a thirsty ass person, man. I can't. And every real man should be against all simps. That's why we're in the situation we're in right now where women think you can fly them, they need to be flued out and all this other shit because some simp gonna do it. Okay? Don't be a thirsty simp. That's the moral of the story today. All right? All righty. Now, you let me know what you think about this topic, man. I'm sure going to be a lot of people going to blow up the comments on this. But it is what it is. It's still factual, man. Don't let your boys be a simp. Men, don't be a simp. Okay? Just go about your business. Be on your grind and purpose, man, and make things happen, man. That's what you got to do, man. Anyway, I'll holler at y'all later. Y'all take it easy now here.